Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Mark here again, and tonight is my first off. Before I get into this whole thing, first off, I want to say I apologize for not having to doing this series of videos in a quite long some time. It's been since shortly before Christmas. I done it. That was last time I did this. I've been really busy with work, some of my friends, of course my girlfriend Crystal. I was visiting with neighbors. I think yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. After work, and hanging out with them. It was my one friend. That's a guy, shockingly, and his girlfriend, who I'm also friends with. Let's see here. What else have I been doing? I've been so busy with Spurs games on Fox Sports Southwest, which I have with the NBA package on DirecTV. It's 676-1, and I've been so busy with everything, and plus NASCAR season is about to come up soon. But you might see some NASCAR videos throughout the season of me here, just like last year when I did my reaction to the finish of the 2015 Pocono Mountains 150 with Austin Dillon battling for the win. It did give me a heart attack, but not as big as the Xfinity finale last fall or the qualifying races last February with Ty Dillon trying to get in the 500. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Tonight is another episode of Thursday Night Presentations, which is the 12th episode. Well, let's not say episode. Well, I'll still say episode, but I'm going to switch back and forth between saying episode and installment. I'm going to use more of installment. Tonight's the 12th installment of Thursday Night Presentations, and tonight I'm here to talk about what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's a really busy day tomorrow. Really busy day tomorrow for me. First off, tomorrow, after work, I'll get to what I'm going to do at work. First off, at work, I'm just going to hang out with my girlfriend. I'm going to hang out with some of my other friends, too. Of course, my best friend Emily is going to be there because she said to me today, she said to me at the beginning of the week that she was going to be working there all week, even on the days when I'm not there. I'm going to be hanging out with her. I may or may not play bingo in my area. Who knows? I'm in area B2. I can describe every single information about my job. The only thing I can't say is I can describe any person I want, especially my girlfriend. But the problem is I just can't say their name of a place. That's the only problem. And there's some names that I choose not to say. I'll get in trouble. But some names I prefer to say because if the person's close to me or something like that. Right. So yeah. So I don't know if last Friday I didn't do it at all. I did not want to lose my temper because I remember one day on a Friday I was playing bingo in my own area. I was so close to winning, like 3 times between 2 weeks in a row. I needed one more number to win, and then someone else got it instead, and I got really frustrated. I really lost my temper. I didn't go on a rage or a tantrum like I did 16 years ago when the Spurs got eliminated from the playoffs in a best of 5 first round series against the Phoenix Suns. That one was the worst tantrum I've ever had. And I was only 6 at the time. I didn't know better. But now, I doubt that would happen today the same way it did back then. I would probably handle it better. Because back then I was more biased towards the Spurs than I am now. It was because Duncan fucked up his knee before the end of the regular season, which was prevented him from playing in a single playoff game. Because I think if he would have played it there, we would have still got further. I don't know about going all the way to the finals, but we still would. We would have got to the conference finals in the West at least. But that was 16 years ago. This is that was 2000. This is 2016. I'm almost 22. I was only 6 back then. I'm not biased towards the Spurs anymore. I was back then. But anyway, so after work, I'm going to go to basketball. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. I was going to do a Thursday night presentation episode about that whole thing before it began, but I was unable to. I was so busy. As to all my YouTube fans and subscribers on here who are Facebook friends with me, as you might have saw on Facebook, on October 20th, the same night as the Spurs season opener, I had a basketball trial to see if I can make team 1, 2, or 3, or even the skills team. Turns out I did the skills team. And I was so excited. The first day of practice, I was not nervous, not one bit. Some people were nervous, but I was all excited, not nervous, not one bit. I was 0% nervous. And me and some other guy at my job, he heard and I thought we were going to play a real game against somebody. That's exactly what I thought. And I saw when it said only 10 athletes only going to compete in the state competition. I'm thinking, okay, something a little fishy here. And then I found out we're not playing real games, just doing the same shit in the state competition at the competition in Lorraine County Community College in March. it's not really a real team. It's just skills that are to teach you how to get better at basketball. So it wasn't like what I thought, and I was really hoping to make the state team at first. But now that I thought of how it actually is, not to sound like I wanna be a sore loser or anything. I'm actually hoping I don't make state because I really was excited to play a real game against another team. But even if I do make the state, this is a good way to look at it. My neighbor Brian said this to me when I was talking to him about it. Even if I do make the state and I'm not doing what I expected to do, if I go to state, then it'll help me get more practice about state or in the state competition. Also, plus the race I'm doing now every Friday up until March, it'll help me get better for the 16-17 season for me to make an actual team, 1, 2, or 3. So yeah, and also I'm going to practice during the summer. And I might get some of my fellow Spurs fans all here in Ohio who are female, like my friends Jennifer and Julia, their sisters, the Kanzig sisters. The older one is 16. She'll be 17 on the 4th of July. And she got a birthday present last year because here's the thing about them. Those two sisters, they're friends with one of my old neighbors, but those are one of my best friends, as you see in my bio. That's the Jennifer and Julia I'm referring to. Jennifer and Julia both like the Spurs too because they decided the older one mainly because of me, but the second one was not only because of me. The younger sister was mainly not only because of me, but also because of something about her cousin. But I'll get to her in a second. Jennifer only likes the Spurs because she wanted to follow my lead in sports. She was not that big of a sports fan until she met me, so she decided to follow what I like in NASCAR and NBA. So that means she's a Spurs fan, like Tim Duncan, and that means she's a Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon fan in NASCAR. So she kind of did it to herself. And Julia, she has a cousin named Preston who looks a lot like Spurs center forward Matt Bonner, who was number 15 on the Spurs. And so she saw Matt Bonner's face and noticed she looked a lot like her cousin Preston. Looked exactly like him. And so therefore she decided to root for him, and he happened to be playing for the Spurs. That's why she likes the Spurs too, because for the guy who looks like her cousin Matt Bonner plays for the team that I root for. So yeah, we're all 3 of us Spurs fans. So I'm thinking about bringing them over here over the summer to practice with me. It's not a matter of if I get a hoop, it's a matter of when I get a hoop. I know I'll get one next summer when my driveway is updated. My driveway is already updated. Once I get grass, I can probably fit one in. I'm gonna bring them aboard. We're gonna practice together. I'm gonna bring who else? It's a long shot, but I doubt it's gonna happen. My other 2 sister friends who are from Michigan also like the Spurs, Monica Nelson and Mary Nelson. That's going to be difficult to do. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to get to play a basketball with them. But I would think I could bring Jennifer and Julia. I could bring my friend Krista Buckner, who also likes the Spurs. She likes Kawhi Leonard, by the way. And Monica likes Manu Ginobili, and Mary likes Tony Parker. So I might bring Jennifer, Julia, Krista. Who else is a Spurs fan I know? Trying to think here. All I can think of for right now. So I can bring those 3 here to my house over the summer. We can practice. With help from them, I could practice, and they can help me get better by not help me by telling me what to do, and by just playing with me, I can get better for next basketball season for work for 2016 and 17 season. Because right now we're in 15-16. So I might bring them. So if I get better, if that happens, I'll be a whole lot better come next October 2016 for tryouts, and then maybe I'll upgrade to like Team 3 or Team 2 or something like that. So that's tomorrow, the basketball thing. And after work, not after work, what am I talking about? After practice, my dad, my grandfather, and that's another thing I want to talk to you about, my grandmother. I invited my grandmother to come tomorrow because tomorrow's her birthday. I know her real age, but it's a secret between her and I, and technically my mother too, because my grandmother is my mom's mom. So it's a secret between technically the 3 of us, but my grandmother and I like to keep it a secret between her and I, so I'm not going to say her real age on here, because whenever other people ask her about it or ask me about it, if someone asks her, she lies about it. If someone asks me, I lie about it. So tomorrow, because tonight before I started recording this, I invited her to come to my practice just because it was her birthday. It was my birthday gift to her, and I don't know if you will for sure or not, but you might see a video on here and she's gonna be singing her birthday song. It's gonna be her first birthday song in like 5 years because she never got one because of her being in Florida to get away from the winter. The only her and my grandfather living with me this year. Living with me this year, she's gonna get one. That's tomorrow. So I might I said in case the weather's bad tomorrow, I think it's going to be because here in Ohio, the weather's so bad in the winter. Well, except in 11-12 when we didn't get a real winter, and we had a warm ass March come 2012. It was like 75 degrees in the middle of March, even though it was muddy grass and it felt like summer. But anyway, not what I'm here to talk about. I wish I was here to talk about that. So she'll get the birthday song. If the weather's too bad, I think even if the weather is fine, we might just get food for here to celebrate. And the Spurs play tomorrow night. I'm back on Fox Sports Southwest with Bill and Sean. Back with Bill and Sean tomorrow night. And they play against my least favorite team in the whole NBA. All because they were a threat to the Spurs in the early 2000s. The LA Fakers. They're actually they call them the Fakers. And Mr. Diva, the GOAT, the greatest of all time at missing, Kobe Bryant, the GOAT of missing. I call his. I mean, I know I should respect him and all that, but even though he was last year, I still can't stand him. I still can't stand him at all. I call the Lake Show the shit show. That's what I call it. So if any of you Laker fans are watching this, please don't take offense to that because it's just how I feel. I still find the Lakers as one of the Spurs' sworn enemies, even though the Lakers are irrelevant now. Have been for 5 years since the last 2010. But anyway, so my grandmother. It's a 10:30 game. It's West Coast. It's 9:30 down there. It's gonna be 8:30 down there, 9:30 in San Antonio, and 10:30 here, with the pregame starting at the top of the hour. 10 o'clock here, 9 o'clock San Antonio, 8 o'clock in Los Angeles. Whatever, and on TV for the San Antonio time, not the LA times. So my grandmother says she's gonna stay. I'm gonna stay up and watch it. My grandfather's gonna be in bed by then, because she does on the TV in her part of the house. She has Fox Sports Southwest bookmark as a quick tune channel. I think it was because it was my dad and mom's TV because my dad had a bookmark in there, and so it happened to be still in there. So my grandmother can just quick tune to Fox Sports Southwest when that tomorrow night. And she said that when she's watching the game, if someone hits, because I'm going to be watching the game too on Fox Sports Southwest here on my TV. Like whenever someone hits, in case many of you don't know, like since the 13-14 season, the 5th championship season by the Spurs, every time someone on the Spurs hits a 3-pointer they shoot, I say bang bang Dito Puente. And so my grandmother is now saying it too. And my dad one time tweeted it to me while watching a Spurs game on Fox Sports. So when rookie Jonathan Simmons, number 17, made a 3-pointer. He said, I quote, bang bang Dito Puente, Simmons is a stud. My dad said that to me. I can't remember who they were playing, but I know it was a home game. My grandmother said if she's watching the game, because he's not going to stay up for the whole game. It's going to go like in the middle, like towards a little bit early overnight. She said that every time someone hits a 3-pointer and she's watching, she's going to get up out of her chair, walk towards the basement door, open it up, peek her head in, and shout to me from upstairs to down here where I'm at right now, bang, bang, Tito Puente. It depends on who it is, whether it's Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, Patty Mills, Jonathan Simmons, or Slow Butler, who else? So, Boris DL, Matt Bonner, whoever. It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be a lot of people. I know it won't be Duncan, LaMarcus Aldridge, David West, or Boban. None of those guys shoot 3-pointers, especially Boban. Hell no. If say for example, if Duncan or Boban or D West or LaMarcus has to throw up a 3-point prayer just to beat the shot clock buzzer and it shockingly goes in, I call those accidental bang bang Tito Puentes. And because Aaron Baines did it, when Aaron Baines was in San Antonio last year because he's now in Detroit. When he was on the team last year, he did an accidental bang bang Tito Puente once in Boston last year. That was the November 30th, 2014 game. It was an early Sunday morning game. And Duncan did it one time last year in March. I think it was against the Thunder, a home game on Fox Sports Southwest at ESPN. But of course, Fox Sports Southwest, as you may have known, was blacked out, and that's the annoying shit I hate. but it's the NBA rules. WTV has to follow sponsorship and money. Only way we can get out of 2 ways we can get out, like I said before. One, NBA follows the NFL's lead and does away with the blackout and doesn't have to do it no more. Or two, I move to San Antonio and get away from all that together from my own favorite teams. Good. I can listen to Bill and Sean anytime I want, no matter who they play, no matter what network it's on. But I would miss all my friends here, but I would also make new friends too, who also love the same team as me in San Antonio. But Duncan did one last year. That was actually a bet he made with somebody that Hillman bet Duncan last year in a game against the around the time that the game took place that he could not make a 3-pointer. And so the next game against the Thunder after the next game after that stadium was against the Thunder. He shot a 3-pointer to beat the shot clock because he didn't want the Spurs to get a shot clock violation, and it went in. And of course for me that was an accidental bang Tito Puente, and Duncan won $100 because making that bet with that guy who doubted he could make a 3-pointer. I've seen Duncan make 3-pointers before, but it's not very often he does it. He shoots them. Not very often. Well. And so that's another. I'm just describing what's going to happen tomorrow night, not the whole weekend. Just to be clear, just tomorrow night. And also tomorrow night, hopefully while I'm watching the game, while my grandma's yelling downstairs to me, every time a Spurs player hits a 3-pointer. Hopefully, my friend, my old friend from Berea, from Berea Mid Park, who's actually a junior this year, who I met when she was a middle schooler back when Ford was the middle school, and I was in an intermediate school at Berea City School District. And it's a school district where I used to go to when I lived in Brook Park. When I met her in July 7th, I was 18, I believe. How old was she back then? I know her birthday's in June. She's going to be 17 this year. She was only 13 when I met her, and I was 18. Now I'm 21, about to be 22, and now she's 16, about to be 17. Her name's Alyssa Canterbury. Her full name is Alyssa Michelle Canterbury. She's a really good friend of mine. She's one of my closest friends. She's really kind enough to answer calls for me a lot when I call her, and she always tries her best to make plans with me and if I ask her to, and she tries her best, and that's what we're trying to do this weekend. Not this weekend, just tomorrow alone. Because I invited her to come watch the Spurs game with me on Fox Sports Outlet and help me celebrate my grandmother's birthday. And so, because tomorrow morning when I get up for work first thing in the morning, but when my alarm goes off, as long as I don't go back to sleep from being too tired from staying up this late. That's probably going to happen tomorrow because the Spurs play late tonight. It's 10:30, and it's probably going to end really late. It's probably going to be me doing it. The Suns suck this year. They're one of the shittiest teams in the NBA. I'm going to text Alyssa first thing in the morning and just remind her, check in about tomorrow night with her about the game, see if she can make it or not. I mean, I'm just gonna be like, hey Alyssa, just a reminder, don't forget about the Spurs game tonight at 10 o'clock on Fox Sports Southwest. And I'll also give her my address through text too. And if I was wondering what my address is here on YouTube, I was wondering here on YouTube what my address. I'm not giving it to you, and I'm not giving it away on here. Absolutely not. Because if I do, there could be some random creep, maybe a female, most particularly a female girl who could be watching this video, and if she hears what my address, then she's gonna come and do something really creepy and weird to me. Yes, girls can do creepy and weird stuff to guys too. But the only problem is nobody cares when that happens. But yeah, if some guy like me did to some girl, those guys be seen as monsters. Just pointing out the double standard there real quick. I'm just saying. I mean, another man could do it to me. Another girl could do it to another girl. Just saying. It's not gender specific, just so you know. But I'm not here talking about that today. So I got work tomorrow, then practice, my grandma's birthday, the Spurs game, and hopefully, I'm not saying for sure. I gotta make sure, but I gotta check in tomorrow morning when I get up and by texting her. Hopefully my friend Alyssa Canterbury will be here to watch the Spurs game with me, and maybe my grandmother will yell bang Tito Puente to both of us while we're watching the game. Because if she comes over, if Alyssa comes over, we're not gonna watch the game right where I'm sitting. No, because it's not enough room for both of us to fit. Like my friend Megan Tulak and I tried that last year for the truck opener Daytona. It didn't work out so well. And so therefore, Alyssa and I are going to go over there by the living room part where my dad. It was supposed to be my dad's part of the basement, but he never uses it. He's always upstairs. We're going to go there and watch the game together. That way we have more room. So it's going to be really a busy day tomorrow. my next Thursday night presentation episode will be I already scheduled. Oh, one more thing, but after I explain this, let me see here. I'm trying to schedule my next Thursday night presentation episode. Oh, you know what? Just for the hell of it, it's not going to be on. The next one's not going to be on Thursday. My next one, tune in February 9th. Tune in February 9th for my next Thursday, for a Tuesday night edition of presentations. Because that's where I'm going to describe my busy birthday weekend. Well, I'm going to be having 3 events going on in 4 days. The 10th, 12th, and 13th. I'm not going to say what it is now. You'll find out by February 9th. One last thing before I go. Sorry I've not got to my NASCAR Rumble Let's Play, in a very long time. And like I said, the things I mentioned I've been busy with, I mentioned earlier, that's why I've not been at time. I'm not sure when my next NASCAR Rumble Let's Play, and then my next part 2 of my NASCAR Rumble Let's Play will be, but I promise you guys I'll finish it before winter's over, I promise. I'm thinking about maybe even doing it Saturday or Sunday, since the Spurs don't play on Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to think here. Maybe Saturday I'll try it. Maybe, yeah. The next part of my NASCAR Rumble Let's Play will be on Saturday. So Saturday I'm going to try it again. Part 2, which I believe I'll be going to Metropolis, that's local, which will be what's the name of the track? Urban Decay, Night Flight, and Ship Shape. So those are my NASCAR Rumble Let's Play part 2. I will continue on Saturday with part 2. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Until next time, this is Mark Oliveira signing off. I hope you have a great night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night.